2024 was another thrilling year in WWE, from CM Punk's fiery return to in-ring competition to the rise of new faces and some unforgettable rivalries like Punk and Drew McIntyre. It truly reminded us why we love wrestling. But as always, with a new year comes fresh opportunities, storylines, and dreams for what the WWE might bring. So this is Gresh with Wrestleology, and today let's dive deep into my bold predictions for WWE in 2025. And of course, we have to start with the gold because after all, championships are the lifeblood of WWE. And the first prediction I have is that CM Punk will win the world title. Now, CM Punk's return in late 2023 reignited the wrestling world, and his 2024 run proved that he's still at the top of his game. In 2025, I expect Punk to secure a world title, possibly dethroning Gunther or even someone like Cody Rhodes. Punk's storytelling, in-ring ability, and ability to just overall connect with the audience makes him an obvious choice for a championship run, and he can clearly still go at a high level, so I think it's just a matter of time before we see Punk rocking either the WWE or the World Heavyweight Championship. Next is kind of a bold prediction, I guess, I don't know, but I'm gonna say the John Cena gets number 17. After years of part-time appearances, John Cena's pursuit of breaking Ric Flair's record could finally culminate in 2025.
I'm not just going to the Royal Rumble. I'm going to win the Royal Rumble.
Or some kind of farewell open challenge tour as champion. Cena lifting the title one last time would be a historic and emotional moment for the fans. I know 10-year-old me would be hype. Hell, 24-year-old me would be hype. Now the next one is kind of weird because I don't know if he will win a world title or the Intercontinental title. I don't see him really winning the US title for some reason, but I gotta give this one to Drew McIntyre. Drew's physicality and charisma have made him a cornerstone of WWE's main roster, and with him having literally the rivalry of the year against CM Punk in 2024, a proper world title run with the fans in attendance could really cement his legacy, but also an Intercontinental Championship reign could allow him to continue to bring prestige to the mid-card and have dream matches with rising stars like Braun Breaker. I mean, just imagine Drew McIntyre versus Braun Breaker. That would be a crazy match. On top of that, I do feel like the Intercontinental title is a little bit closer to the world title picture than the United States Championship is at this time. So if Drew doesn't win a world title in 2025, first of all, he's surely winning one in 2026. But if not a world title this year, I think the IC title would be great for him. And lastly, let's go ahead and mention somebody who the WWE has been making look so strong, and for good reason. That would be Jacob Fatu. In my opinion, his explosive power and unique style is already making him a major player in the WWE. Now, for which title he would win, I would say mid-card, so either the United States or IC title, probably the United States one, but I could also see him holding the tag titles with either Solo or just another member of the New Bloodline. I'm not quite sure at this point, but I also don't think Jacob Fatu will go all of 2025 without having any gold on his waist at all. All right, and now let's get to sort of the fun part, which is actually happening very soon, but we're going to talk about the Royal Rumble winners. And the road to WrestleMania has started now, and it starts with the Royal Rumble, so here's who I've got winning it in 2025. For the men's, we have, of course, my favorite of all time, CM Punk. Now, Punk has never won a Royal Rumble, and 2025 feels like the perfect time to rectify that. With a win, Punk could secure his long-awaited WrestleMania main event, possibly against either Gunther or Cody Rhodes. And when it comes to which one I want him to face, honestly, I don't really care. Both of the matches sound really fire, and both of them could have some great story, but if I had to pick absolutely one, I'd probably actually lean towards Gunther. I feel like that story would end up being a little bit better. Now, on the women's side of things, this might disappoint a lot of people, but I have a feeling that Charlotte Flair is going to return and win the Rumble, And that's because just Charlotte's dominance in WWE is undeniable, and another Royal Rumble win could, in the eyes of, management, further cement her legacy as one of the greatest women's wrestlers of all time. This wouldn't be my choice to win the Rumble. This is just my prediction, and I think this is all going to set up towards a WrestleMania match with Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton for the WWE Women's Championship. Now, when it comes to the Money in the Bank, this is another event that always just shakes things up, and honestly, they could use it to make new stars, especially since last year's men's Money in the Bank briefcase was kind of used to just further a story that didn't have a title on the line. And then the women's one actually worked out with Tiffany Stratton winning. So I'm going to give this one to Chelsea Green. A lot of people said she should have won it last year, and she is the current United States Women's Champion, but we've also seen United States champions win and hold the Money in the Bank while also having a mid-card title. You guys remember The Miz in 2010? Yeah, I don't know. Chelsea's growth over the past year has been phenomenal, and giving her the briefcase would allow her to fully embrace her chaotic and unpredictable persona. And I feel like the thing about Chelsea winning the Money in the Bank briefcase is that the pop that she would get after cashing in the Money in the Bank briefcase would be astronomical. So I'm going to say Chelsea Green. I said that she should have won it last year, but I wouldn't mind if it happens this year also. But just because Tiffany Stratton was already a good Money in the Bank holder last year, I'm going to let them slide, but this year, I want Chelsea to win it. Now, for the men's side of things, this might surprise some people, or it might not, but and this is me talking about WWE using the Money in the Bank briefcase to make stars or push them to that next level. Anyways, I have Dominic Mysterio. Dom's transformation into a top heel in the company has been incredible, and handing him the Money in the Bank briefcase would absolutely amplify his heat and create endless opportunities for shocking cash-ins. And actually, I just came up with this situation myself, but just imagine John Cena wins number 17, he defends the title a few times, gives us some cool matches, and the person to dethrone Cena is a cashing in Dominic Mysterio to break everybody's hearts and everybody's dreams. That would just be amazing. Not only would Dominic rock the Money in the Bank briefcase perfectly because of him already being a super sly heel, but cashing in on someone like Cena, bro, the boos would be astronomical. I think that's how I would book it, actually. And actually, when I was talking about Cena defending the title a couple of times, there are probably some dream matches that could come out of that. Maybe we revisit Cena versus CM Punk. But in the dream matches section of this video, I actually did not include Cena for some reason. I think no matter what, any Cena match we get this year is going to be pretty cool. Maybe what dream match could be him versus a Logan Paul, but even then, I'm not super excited about that. Anyway, the best part of any wrestling year is imagining the dream matches that will happen. And here are my top picks for 2025, kicking it off with the newly debuting Pentagon Jr. versus Rey Mysterio. As Rey Mysterio approaches the end of his legendary career, a match with Pentagon Jr. would be a fitting tribute to Lucha Libre's legacy. This match would definitely showcase the high-flying, hard-hitting style both men are known for, and could be sort of a passing of the torch moment from one great luchador in WWE to the next one that's going to carry that title for years to come. Now, the next one is actually one of my personal dream matches that I've been waiting to happen in the WWE. I don't even know how long at this point, since I've been watching maybe, but it is CM Punk versus AJ Styles. And that's because these two icons never crossed paths in WWE, and their contrasting styles make this match a dream scenario. Punk's technical prowess versus Styles' high-octane offense would be a masterclass in storytelling and athleticism. And this is one of those matches that also doesn't really need a title. You could just have really good promos and then even better in-ring action. I'm just so hype, and I really want this match to happen in 2025. Next up, we have a Cody Rhodes match, which, if you guys haven't guessed it already, the only Cody Rhodes dream match that we have right now, other than maybe The Rock, but even then, I'm not really too big of a fan when it comes to that match. The match that I want Cody Rhodes to compete in 2025 is him versus Randy Orton. And this is pretty self-explanatory, but their history and legacy adds layers to this potential feud. Cody's rise as a main event star could clash beautifully with Orton's veteran cunning. And I'm just thinking about the promos and the callbacks to the past. This is just going to be must-see television. Not only the match itself, but of course the promos leading up to it, the video packages, everything about this just screams money. And I know we're going to get it eventually. I'm hoping it's this year, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. And then, of course, the last dream match of the video. I'm gonna keep saying this until it happens. Maybe, I don't know, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say we actually do get Roman Reigns versus The Rock at WrestleMania 41. So yeah, this match has of course been teased for years, and 2025 could finally be the time to deliver. The Tribal Chief versus the People's Champion. It would just be a battle of generations. I mean, it's really super self-explanatory at this point, and I know that The Rock is kind of being weird. They're not confirming that he's going to be at WrestleMania, but I honestly think they're throwing everybody in for a loop, and I think we are going to get The Rock versus Roman Reigns in Vegas this year. If we don't, then I don't know what they're doing. I'm not gonna lie. And especially if The Rock doesn't have a match this year at WrestleMania, then I would be really concerned about this match ever happening. But I think they're trying to confuse us. I think they're trying to make it seem like The Rock is not gonna compete. And I think once we get closer to WrestleMania, this match will start building up and we will finally get Roman Reigns versus The Rock. Let's finish off with just some in general crazy predictions for 2025. I came up with a couple that I think would be pretty cool, and these are pretty outlandish but exciting things that I think could happen this year, with the first being that WWE announces a show for the Tokyo Dome in 2026. And I know WWE expanding globally isn't new, but running a show in the iconic Tokyo Dome would just be a monumental achievement and a nod to wrestling's rich history in Japan. We know it's not going to be the Royal Rumble, and I really don't think it's going to be WrestleMania, even though the next venue hasn't been announced yet. Or now that I think about it, SummerSlam either, because I believe that venue has been announced too. So maybe we get like 2026 Survivor Series, or hell, maybe they announce like Royal Rumble 2027 early. But yeah, I don't know. This one's pretty wild, but I think eventually WWE has to have a show in the Tokyo Dome. Like that would just be insane, dude. Anyways, the next one, and this one might piss some people off, but assuming all the allegations are false, because if they're not, please keep them away. But I think 2025 is the year that Brock Lesnar returns to WWE.
The alpha male of our species is in Baltimore.
I'm going to be completely honest and say that I haven't been fully keeping up with the allegations, but from an outsider looking in, it's looking like it's 50-50. Some people are sure that the allegations are true. Some people are sure that they're not true. I'm not sure what to think, but if they're not true, then I don't see any reason why we wouldn't welcome Brock back to the WWE. I still want to see Brock versus Gunther. I actually want to see Brock versus Drew in front of fans. And then of course, we do also want Brock Lesnar versus Braun Breaker. That would be pretty sick too, but this is only if the allegations are false. If they're true, then yeah, Brock buddy, never come back, okay? Anyway, the next one I have, and this one is, I genuinely think that it could happen. Like, you really never know, but I genuinely think it could happen because of the partnership that WWE and TNA have had as of late. And that is that Jeff Hardy, in some way, shape, or form, makes his return to the WWE via that TNA partnership. And this could be either for a promo, a match, a Royal Rumble appearance, something, I don't know. But because WWE and TNA have that partnership, I really could see Jeff Hardy playing some sort of role on WWE TV in 2025. I was also going to say for this spot, and instead of Jeff Hardy, say Nick Nemeth, but I think that is a little bit less likely because, first of all, I don't know if they would call him Nick Nemeth in WWE or if they would go to Dolph Ziggler. I'm not sure, but with the Forbidden Door cracking open, Jeff Hardy's return to WWE could be an emotional moment for the fans, and even a tag team reunion with Matt Hardy in the WWE could also be on the card. So I don't know, but I could see it happening. And finally, the last one might not happen in 2025. I hope one of these does happen in 2025, but we're going to be talking about heel turns, okay? We're going to be talking about heel turns, and the two wrestlers that I have in mind that need to have a heel turn at some point, if not in 2025, then definitely 2026, are CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. We all know that both Punk and Cody are phenomenal as villains. We saw Punk as a villain at a high level, and I definitely would want to see that again because I feel like Punk's promos are way better when he's a heel. But also the other interesting thing is that when we did see Cody as a heel, it wasn't as a main eventer in the WWE. Ever since he came back, he's been Mr. America, he's been kissing babies, just the typical good corporate guy wearing suits to morning shows. And while that is cool, I understand he's now the flag bearer, I don't want them to give him the Cena treatment and just never turn him heel. I feel like heel Cody at the main event level would absolutely cook in the WWE, and I really need that to happen at some point. Like I said, if not 2025, then definitely 2026 or 2027. Just at some point, give me heel Cody, okay? Those storylines would be absolutely insane. And of course, Punk, in my opinion, Punk always worked better as a heel anyway. But there you have it, my predictions for WWE in 2025. Let me know what you think in the comments down below of my predictions, and also comment yours down below as well. But yeah, thank you for watching, and of course, as always, subscribe if you enjoyed.